So I've been saying for ages that I will start a YouTube channel and start actually posting workouts. I only do them on Instagram at the moment. So if you hear from that, hello, thank you for coming. Oh god. Right, okay, so first one I've got is a chest workout. Because it's the main thing I get asked is like chest stuff. How often do you train chest? What do you do? Everything. And honestly, it doesn't change much in the slightest week to week. I do a lot of barbell benching, overhead presses, shoulder presses. For triceps, I love close grip benching and pull downs with 2 ropes, and a lot of these movements stay the exact same. So this workout is pretty much the exact same as to what I'll be doing in the gym most of the time. Obviously in London here, we've just been put into tier 4. That's really trying to bite my hand. It's what I would normally do on a push day. So I started benching. This is actually the first time I've ever filmed anything in the gym with a camera. And if you watch these clips, you will see people just outright staring. It's a bit of a strange one. But no one really cares too much. Like, don't let it put you off doing it. So the first exercise was bench press. Often, at least once a week, my push day would start with bench press. And obviously, the mate I was training with was filming, so I couldn't really go all out as much as I wanted to. And I wanted to get clips that looked decent, so I wanted to get a few reps in that. So the top set was 130 kilos for 4. And then, okay, I got cut off there because I ran out of fucking. Don't swear! Oh my god! All right, so I got cut off there because I ran out of memory space. You can't be in a video if you're gonna be fidgety. So as I said, the top set was 130 kilos for 4. Sets around it of 120, 110, 100 as well, and then we did. What are you doing? What? No, that's no. Right, and then we did other main compound movements. We had fairly heavy incline presses. Again, I was just trying to get stuff that would look half decent. And I was obviously, if I'm putting on YouTube, I'm trying to make sure the form's pretty good. So then we did sets of 10 or 12 with 40 kilos. And then cable lateral raises, which I prefer. I'll do a bit more talking like when the clips are actually on. So I won't go into it too much. But I just prefer them. I think the resistance curve is very good. Resistance curve, God, fucking PT. Yes, cable lateral raises. Double rope pushdowns. Tricep skull crushers with dumbbells. I prefer doing them with dumbbells than to an easy bar. Each to their own. What else do we do? Do not lick me. What else do we do? Tell me, quickly. I'm on the spot here. I think we did shoulder presses. I don't know. So let's see. Let's go into the clips. Right, so this is the first... this is the final warm-up. As it says on the screen. I don't know why this guy is absolutely staring me out and staring the camera out, but I suppose that happens when you bring a camera to a gym. You've got to make sure things are good. But so it would always go the bar, a plate, 2 plates, 2.5 plates. And then this was like the top working set. I mean, I hate benching heavy really without a spot because I know how to fail, but I always think even the reps feel different because in your head you're thinking about what happens if this goes a bit south. But this is a decent set. My max at the moment is 150, and that was during the second lockdown of about 17, I can't remember. So it was about maybe 2 months ago, a month and a half ago. But this was at a lighter body weight. This is probably about 195 here, and then just a little back off set of 110 for 8, which was just trying to fatigue the muscle as much as possible, because the 130 I'm sort of thinking a bit more about power, but you can probably tell from my style of benching that it's not really that too much that way inclined. But it's just a good set of 8. A back off. as it's known. And then the next exercise we went into, I mean, I'm still going for reps here. Next one I went into was a strange one really to be second. I think it was more because at the time in the gym there was no one there, which sometimes can influence things like what's free. But a double rope pushdown, and I got into an argument with a bloke on Insta because I said, you know, I think these are better. I think they're better than single ropes. I find the movement better for feeling it in my triceps and all of this. And he was saying I was misleading people, whatever. Look, at the end of the day, do what you want to do. But I find this movement a hell of a lot better. So try it if you want. Here's another one which I find a lot better. So I find this cable lateral raises a lot better than doing them with dumbbells. I feel like you can feel the resistance more. I feel like with dumbbells there's a hell of a lot of like you can try and stop it, but there's a lot of temptation to use momentum and swing and all of this. And you see, it's probably the most common gym exercise you'll see people do, but you'll see a hell of a lot of people do it wrong, and a hell of a lot of people just swing the weight up that they can't really control. I also like doing them with plates. So when I first started doing it, it was with 5 kilo plates. Now we've upgraded to 10 kilo plates. And yeah, because again, the momentum you use isn't really, you can't really use any momentum. So yeah, either one. Again, I'm not going to say it's absolutely better. I'm not going to say it's going to result in more muscle mass gain or anything ridiculous, but I enjoy it. And then fourth, we've got incline dumbbell press. So 3 sets, I think of 12. If I'm wrong on that, you know, just tell me. But with 40 kilos. And again, incline press is I never normally start a workout with incline press. It's normally when I'm pretty fatigued. I thought this was going to feel a lot heavier than it did. I was kind of happy with this set because it felt very controlled. It felt quite calm, but I was getting near to failure by the end, but it was a good set, which was good for me because when I was first doing it, I was thinking, I've got to make sure the form looks good for the video. But yeah, no, it was a good set. I think, honestly, looking at that, I think I could have gone for maybe 1 or 2 more, and I probably should have. And another one here, which is a little bit different. Most people use easy bar for this. I prefer doing it with a dumbbell in each hand because I think when I first did this, it kind of showed me that there were still some muscle imbalances because I wasn't bringing up the dumbbells at the same time. So it was a good one for being able to spot those kind of issues that maybe you wouldn't if you were pushing an easy bar up, maybe you would. I've always just preferred doing it like this. And it's always something that will be in as part of my push day for triceps. I also do a lot of close grip benching. And then lastly, I've got dumbbell shoulder press. And by this point I'm fatigued, so the weight is a bit light, but you know, go easy on me please, because I was pretty finessed at this point. But yeah, this is probably my least favourite movement in a gym, to be honest. I much prefer overhead pressing. But again, that's one where I feel like I'd want it earlier in the workout because I want more energy to overhead press. It's a lot harder. I enjoy standing overhead press with dumbbells because I think the core activation is very good. It's a more difficult movement. But every so often I'll throw in dumbbell shoulder press. Okay, so seeing as this is my first time posting anything on YouTube, I'll do a little introduction. What are you doing? What are you doing? If you want to get off, you can get off. Just let me know. Don't walk on the table though. No, okay, that's what you can't do. Let's go. Ugh. Right. So, I have been training for 4 years, just coming up. I just first started training in January 2017. So, it will nearly be January again. I wasn't a New Year's resolutioner, which I always say, because you say you started in January and everyone's like, oh, you started your New Year's resolution. No, I didn't. I started because I played a lot of football, and I was actually playing futsal at uni. Don't know if anyone actually knows what that is, but it's basically indoor football, but not just like five-a-side. It's a much quicker paced game, and I had lost about a stone at uni, primarily these little pot noodle. They weren't even pot noodle; they were knockoff pot noodle. And especially my first week at uni, I'd have maybe 1 or 2 of them a day. I wasn't eating enough at all. But I had no idea about nutrition or anything in general. But then I lost that stone, and that stone took me to probably about 180 pounds at the time. So I was heavy when I went. The main thing about when I started the gym, I was heavy anyway. I was 200 pounds when I went to university. So yeah, I've dropped a lot of weight, and I felt quick. I felt very good. And I played sport for a long time, but I never felt quick. I was always quite a slow bloke because I was carrying a significant amount of body fat. And I felt fast. So I thought if I get into the gym and I start running a lot more and I increase my upper body strength a bit, it really helped me as a goalkeeper. So I would start every session. I'd just do machine circuits because I did not have a clue what I was doing with free weights. All I was armed with was my dad saying to me, you've got to do free weights. Free weights are so much better, balance and stabilisation and all of this. And he was completely right, but I had no idea what I was doing. So I'd do the machines and everything, and I would then end with about 10 or 15 minutes on the treadmill. I've always hated running. So that was enough torture as it goes. And it actually is incredible to me now that I used to start sessions with 20 minutes on the treadmill. So I eventually just kept doing that. I remember I was so sore the first time I did it because I'd always been strong. Like if I'd been in the gym before, I'd been very strong on the machines. Like I didn't know what I was doing, but I could push a decent amount of weight. And as time went on, it took about 3 months for me to actually think I'm going to start doing free weights. And even then, I was doing incline dumbbell pressing for about probably 3 weeks in a row. Just because I think a lot of people can resonate with this, I did not want to look like I didn't know what I was doing. Even though I absolutely didn't know what I was doing, the worst thing for me was looking like I didn't know. So I was there and I'd just be incline dumbbell pressing. I'd go, oh shit, what's next? Shoulder pressing and everything. So I wasn't training with any sort of routine, and legs were definitely forgotten. But I mean, that's a topic for another day. At the moment, we just got a workout here, and I think the only other relevant thing which people bang on about a lot is that I'm vegan. Have been for a year now. I've flirted with it in the past, but I've been properly vegan for a year. And I know a lot of people were like, "Oh my god, you can lose all your gains," and like it's people go on about a lot of nonsense about complete proteins and how it will kill everything. But I enjoy doing it for my personal reasons, and I don't see it as a problem at all with any kind of weight training, bodybuilding. This has probably been the best year of training because I've started the Instagram, I've started posting things, I've become more accountable. I wasn't just... So, yeah, I'm vegan. And I think one of the main reasons behind making this channel and doing the Insta and everything, because there was a bit of a gap. Like I didn't think there's Brian Turner in America, there's Nimai Delgado, who's obviously an IFBB pro and all of this, but there's not too many blokes in the vegan bodybuilding scene. I think Brian Turner's really cool, but especially not in England or the UK. There's an account, Strong to be Useful, which is actually a guy from Southend, and he's strong, but there's really not many that have got that many followers or that much reach or anything. So, and if you look on like the YouTube Full Day of Eating vegan and stuff, there was this one English guy I was watching, and he had this little sieve of, it looked like a tiny amount of frozen veg, and it was like a little bit of broccoli, and he was like, yeah, that's about 25 grams of protein, and it just wasn't. And I think when I saw that, I was like, right, there's a lot of nonsense about this, and it's very easy for people to get misled, and people just don't know about it. Like I wouldn't have known about it before I did it. How do you get protein if you're not eating, chicken and beef? Well, there's a lot of ways. There's a hell of a lot of ways. But it also seems there's a bit of misinformation, and it's confusing. And the fitness industry in itself is built to confuse you. You're built, do you need to buy test blockers? Do you need to buy this supplement for this? If you don't have this supplement, oh my God, it's never going to go right. And then you add in trying to do it plant-based as well. And there's even more. It's, oh my gosh, you're not going to get complete proteins. I mean, you're not going to get the right amount of protein. It's not going to help you, but you're not going to be able to build muscle. You're not going to be able to do this. And there's a lot of things that are built to confuse you. So the aim of this, as well as showing how I train in a gym, which is the thing that I find more interesting, even though I think that people from Insta, I think people actually find the food aspect more interesting because it's a bit more unique. There's a lot of guys who go to the gym and have a decent amount of muscle, but like I say, there's not many people who do it vegan. So I think that's more interesting to people. So I will try and make sure I keep up with that and do full day of eatings and stuff like that to show you a little bit of insight and not just a sieve of vegetables and say, yeah, it's 200 grams of protein in that. But yes, I'm very new to it all. I'm a dinosaur with technology, so if I'm taking a little bit of time with a video, it's just because I'm not good at editing and I've got other stuff going on. But I'll try and get videos out fairly consistently. And in terms of home training, because London's been put in tier 4 now, it's the final point, because otherwise this will be really, really stupidly long. Again, if you're coming from Insta, you'll know in my garage there is a squat rack. There is. It's been there since the first lockdown. I bought it before the first lockdown in anticipation of the first lockdown. And now there's a light and a heater down there, so I haven't got to be down there in a coat and all of this. So it's so you know, we're moving up. We've got a squat rack. Weights go up maximum to 150 kilos, and a set of 17.5 kilo dumbbells and 4 kilo dumbbells. So not the most equipment in the world, but we make it work. So I'll still have training videos coming out of there.